My name is Tom Elliott. I live in New York City. I've been involved in the investment business most of my life. I love to play tennis. It's my passion. I exercise on a regular basis. I suffered an injury working around my house. I was doing some yard work. Fell off a ladder into a tree, and a branch stub that was sticking out actually drove into the back of my calf, which was initially what I thought to be just a really, really bad bruise after I walked it off. As it turned out, it was a torn gastrocnemius on the lateral side. So I went to a doctor 3 days after it occurred, and he prescribed at that point what the diagnosis was for me, and then said basically lay off for a couple of weeks and then seek physical therapy. The doctor who recommended physical therapy for me was a doctor who had prescribed a previous injury I'd had, which was inflamed tennis elbow, and he had recommended Spear Center for the rehab process. And I had a very good experience with that, and had my injury and the inflammation in the elbow go away after good physical therapy. I just don't see how one could get through getting back to where you were before the injury without the level of expertise involved, because there's so many of the exercises that you're involved in, strengthening exercises, are exercises I wouldn't do on my own, because for fear of, am I making the injury worse? Am I making the tear bigger? Am I pushing too much? What's my limit? And for someone has been involved in sports as I have, you would think that you would have that confidence, but you really don't. So when something of this nature happens, to me, it's impossible to really go through the rehab process alone. I was struck by the fact that everybody from the receptionist to all the administrative help, all of the trainers, all seemed to be of the same mode. They were all extremely polite, very, very interested in your well-being, very helpful, just making really an extended effort to make that your experience at Spear was an experience that you would want to do what I did, which is come back for another session after having a previous injury, because the experience you had was such a positive one.